You want to use AI in your TOK essay, but you don't want to get caught. That's where I come in. Let's get an A in
Get an A in TOK.
If you're watching this video, you need help. And you know the best way to get help is with me. Let me help you with your essay. There's a couple of different ways I can do that. This way is free, and this way I will always help you out here on YouTube. But if you really need help, I can Zoom with you. I do weekly tutoring sessions. I do one-off tutoring sessions. You can get a hold of me at fiverr.com/PatFreakinJones. Look at the link somewhere on the screen. You can also, and this is what most people do, send me your essay. I will grade it. I will provide so much feedback, so many examples that will help you out. Do that now. Secondly, you can go to getanaintok.com/free stuff. I'll give you examples there. I'll give you outlines, and that will really help you out. Finally, and this is kind of required if you're going to follow along on this video, in my breakdown example and in all of my other videos that break down certain titles, I give you free information, free examples there, okay? So go and download those, but the one you specifically want for what I'm about to show you is from the overall breakdown video. So there, I'm gonna go into ChatGPT now, and I'm gonna show you how you can never get caught but use ChatGPT to give you so much stuff. So this is all coming from, me. I grade more TOK essays than anybody in the world. I've been doing this for years. Thousands of people have sent me their TOK essays, and the number one problem in May 2025, the number one problem is that your evidence sucks. And your quotes don't even exist. So there are so many people who have no quotes in their entire essay. So what that means is it's kind of hard. You're not wanting to research. Well, I'm going to show you 3 ways how ChatGPT will do your research for you. Okay, so if you look at the breakdown video, I linked to an article that that was about AI. No, it's the article for this AI video. This is about scientists disagreeing. So what I'm going to do is, this is let me just pull it up here. This is a very, very long article about scientists disagreeing. And this is going, should we ignore contradictory evidence? What should we do? Okay, disagreement in science, introduction to the special issue. Okay, so what I'm going to say is, I do not want to read this entire article, summarize it for. That's the first step, okay? So let's see what it says. Sorry, an article is an introduction to a special issue. It's giving us a few things here, okay? I like this. It's giving us a little bit. This is a lot. So, okay, I'm going to have to read about, 3/4 of a page to understand this massive article right here. But then there's something else that we can do. Poof, I'm back. Okay, I had to take a break there. What we're going to do now is take this information that we've learned and we're going to tie it into the title. So who is it? Historians and human scientists have an ethical obligation to follow the directive, do not ignore contradictory evidence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, give me a quote from the article. This is now that I understand what it's about scientists ignoring contradictory evidence. Okay, so we don't just have a summary now. We're not going to use the summary because that's cheating, but we can actually quote here. Some modelers appear to support the value of adopting a steadfast approach to peer disagreement, maintaining one's prior belief in response to known disagreement with an epistemic peer. So now we have a quote, we know where to look. Then I might say, tell me a quote about how disagreement is a good thing. We're not just asking for a summary, we're asking for a quote. Bam, there we go. You have to grow. Okay, but now I'm going to say, give me a quote from that article about how disagreement may be a bad thing. I like this quote right here, if it's the same one from earlier. Yeah, so some people manufacture disagreement. So when people are disagreeing for the sake of disagreeing, that's not a good thing. So if you get these great articles, and I've given you a lot, if you get these big scholarly articles, I don't want to read them. You don't want to read them, so don't read them. Put it into ChatGPT, but what you really want to do is right here, ask it to give you a quote from the article, and then actually read it. Make sure it's what you're wanting. But there, boom, you've got a quote. And from what I've seen so far, that's putting you past a whole bunch of people for May 2025. The second way of using ChatGPT to help you do your research and specifically get you quotes, I don't know if you knew you could do this. You can just tell it to read a certain website. So read this article and give me a, let's just say, 100-word summary. So we're going to give the URL there. I'm going to delete that image that it posted. So let's see what it does now. So it is reading this article about mathematics, matica, and certainty. So one of the things is this is also in my guide for the breakdown video. So go ahead. I'll show you the article right here. Look how long it is. Mathematica. I don't even know what that is. And certainty. I don't get it. Okay. And that's the whole point. I hate math. I don't want to research math. So I'm getting ChatGPT to read it for me. All of this, I don't totally get what it's about. That's why I gave it to you and said run with it. But then look how many tabs I got. Okay, so this is giving us the summary of it, but that's not what we're going to do. If you just copy this, remember your teacher's AI plagiarism tools that don't really exist, they're going to find you and screw you and all that stuff. So now I'm going to say, give me a quote. This is going to title number 2 is our most revered knowledge more fragile than we assume it to be. So give me a quote about how mathematical knowledge is robust and strong. Give me a quote. I'm just going to make it clear from this article. So now we're having it say, I'm going to find evidence for this one side. So we've got a thing here. And now we're just going to do the opposite. Are there any quotes here about how there might be weaknesses in mathematical knowledge? All right, it does. So there are questions that are formally undecidable. And what that means is there's no finite procedure that can guarantee to do it, whether one's a computer or a human. So this article is about how people and AI, not AI, people and computers can work together to solve things, and how there are limitations to people and how there are limitations to computers. So I don't want to read the whole article because I don't understand some of what it's saying. So ChatGPT understands, summarizes, and then gives me a quote. Okay, the third way, and I just learned this tonight, I was just messing around. The third way that you can use ChatGPT to give you really good evidence is to have it summarize a YouTube video. So what you can do is summarize this confusing video in 36 words. So I found a YouTube video about axioms, and I'm like, I don't know what axioms are. So it's going to watch this video, and then it watches the video in less time than it takes to watch the video. I don't get it. So it differentiates axioms from related terms like postulates and theorems. That's really good. So I might be confused and ask, what is, according to this video, a postulate? So it's going to tell me what a postulate is. So it's giving me information from it. But as you know, that's not what we want to do. We're just learning here about 5 or 6 times faster. What we want to do here is ask this. Give me a quote from the video about how axioms prove that mathematical knowledge is as strong as we assume it is. So it's going to give us a quote. We can use this quote, we could copy and paste this and cite it, and no one's going to know that we use ChatGPT to identify that quote. So we've got right here, axioms provide the foundational truths upon which the entire system of logic and mathematics are built. Okay, so, I've hit the free plan for ChatGPT. Well, that's perfect. So you don't need any money to be able to do this. But just remember, anything you copy from ChatGPT, you might get in trouble for that. But if you use ChatGPT or any of the AI tools to find a quote, you'll never get caught because that's not doing anything illegal, anything wrong, or anything unethical. I hope that TOK sucks a little bit less than it did at the beginning of this video. Hit me up on Fiverr. Let me know how I can help you. I'll see you next time.